Alright guys, welcome to the first episode of Fan Mail Friday, a series where I take your letters and answer them. Anyways, if you guys want to be on the next episode, be sure to send a message to my PM, or a message to my YouTube inbox with a PM, something along the lines like Fan Mail Friday. Anyways, let's get on with the first message. Alright, the first letter goes, I just wanted to know if you could revive a game series that would be either canceled or disconnected, which series would it be? If it were me, I would deciding I would revive the Crash Bandicoot series. The older games were amazing in my opinion, thanks. Anyways, yeah, I have the same opinion you do. I think a lot of older games are really good. We're so immersed in a world of Call of Duty and Gears of War and Halo and Grand Theft Auto and all these other awesome games like Skyrim, but we forget how, awesome some older games were, where we started, where our roots are. And I think, man, if I could have like a game that I wanted to be continued right now, obviously we'd have to get rid of some legal issues like rights, like games like The Legend of Zelda, like one that I think should be continued, are owned by Nintendo. Those rights are owned by Nintendo. So it'd be kind of difficult because I would want to play it on like an Xbox 360 or through an emulator. So one, I would like The Legend of Zelda, and I'm not talking about like recent Legend of Zeldas on like the Nintendo NDS. I'm talking about like real games, like a real storyline, kind of like on the N64 Zeldas, particularly Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Those two are my favorite. And then if I could bring back another one, I don't know, I was really into Spyro the Dragon, and then Banjo-Tooie or Kazooie, I think it's one of those two. If those are games that were still available right now, I would definitely play them. They're classics. If you haven't, I would recommend checking them out. Legend of Zelda and Banjo-Kazooie, Tooie. Anyways, it's a monkey, and he has a lot of fun, and he collects honeycombs. Anyways, the story is awesome. Let's get on with the next message. Alright, this question related to me, so I figured I would choose it. Hey, I just wanted to say that I love your videos and watch them every day. Well, thank you. I have a question for you. Okay, I'm a freshman in high school. The thing is, I came from a private school with 30 kids per class. Now I'm in public school with about 2,700 kids. This is totally new to me. This also means I have to make new friends. It seems like the only kids who are willing to accept me are the smokers. These so-called friends of mine have gotten me into a lot of new things, weed, tobacco, and all sorts of alcohol. I know if my parents find out, I'll be completely grounded for life. Thanks for the help. Sorry for a long letter. Please keep my name anonymous. Sure thing. So I can't agree with you the fact that I have made really bad friends, but I was in a private school for all of high school and all of middle school, and now I'm at a public university where there's a lot of students, either like 28,000 or 30,000, and I know that's a lot. That's a big adjustment. Probably the biggest thing for me, like I said, was finding a good group of friends. Now, it seems to be that the friends you have kind of latched onto are these bad friends. Friends that, wouldn't... I guess they said you're willing to help them and they'll act as a friend, but when you really need them, are they really going to come through for you as friends, or are they going to be those who leave you behind? Now, that's one thing I worked on really well when I went to my university, is finding a group of people that I knew I could trust and I knew that I really liked. Finding that comfort zone is huge, and for me, the best thing I can recommend for you is to just hey, you got to tell those friends hey, I'm not comfortable doing this, or you don't even have to say that. I mean, it sounds to me like you're not totally best friends with these guys, like hanging out with them after school or going to get a burger like that, but maybe just talk with them in class and invite you over when they want to drink or smoke or something along those lines. So you don't have to tell them, and you don't even have to say hey, I don't want to drink or smoke. Just say hey, I'm busy that night, or I'm hanging out with these other people, and then you can use that opportunity as a gateway to meet other people. I'm sure that your high school has social events like clubs or anything along those lines, or if you're not into any clubs like that, try going out for a sport, or if there's I know my high school does a trip to Italy every year. If that's something that you're fortunate enough to go on, I would recommend that, because you're going to be stuck in a foreign country with people you might not know, and that'll be a great time to meet other people, or just any other events like that. So my recommend, drop these bad friends that are bad influences on you. They're going to be no help in the long run, and find some people that you can really like. Alright, last one says, Dear Mr. Boss for the win. There's this one girl that stands out to me more than anyone else, Hannah. I have a huge crush on her. I've already put myself in the friend zone. Well, that's not good. But I think she may only like me as a friend and not someone I'd wish to be to her. I only have 5 out of 7 class with her. Well, that's a lot. We talk before school and after school, maybe even sometimes between the bells. I've been invited to her birthday party. I've texted her. I joke around with her. I've complimented her. I've made friends with her friends. It seems as though I have not done enough. I put myself on the golf team to be with her, but I also like golf too. The main reason I won't ask her out I already know one of my friends, Andrew, likes her too. I think she also may fancy him. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I ask her out and have the possibility of losing this good friend? Do I stay as friends with Hannah, or even the possibility of her saying no? Please, boss, I seek help and thought you may have more experience with women than myself, as I am a freshman year of high school. Thanks for your time and consideration. By the way, you're the #1 source for Black Ops 2 and always will be. Well, thank you. I think so as well. So there's a few things I want to point out. So you mentioned 3 things. You mentioned a few things. You're put in the friend zone, which you in your mind you may think you're in the friend zone, but to her it might be different. Anyways, you mentioned your friend Andrew also kind of likes this girl as well. Now, first and foremost, you need to have a talk with your friend Andrew. Now, this is going to be really uncomfortable. I've had uncomfortable talks with my friends, not only about girls, but like situations where I didn't want to do something, and it seems really bad at first. You're like, oh my god, this is going to be really awkward. But honestly, it's just like a bad sporting event. You lose a sporting event, you feel really bad after the first few minutes, but the next day, hey, it's whatever, let's move on. The second thing you need to do is if you talk to your friend Andrew and he's not like totally positive, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a move on Hannah, it's like, okay, he's throwing up the white flag. You cannot wait on your friend Andrew to make this decision for you. You have got to, if he says that he's not going to do anything about it, no, you're done. He waved that white flag and she is all yours, or she is all yours. So the next thing you need to consider, even the possibility of her saying no, you don't need to worry about that. I mean, what's the worst she says? No. I mean, sure, you might lose a friend, or you say you hang out with her and text her, but you're texting her to possibly be your girlfriend one day. So, like I said, the worst thing you say is no, or the worst thing she says is no. If she says no, you move on to someone else. But you're not going to know unless you ask her. That shouldn't be the case. So when I was a freshman in high school, I was afraid to ask out my first girlfriend. But once I did, I felt so much better. And it's like, wow, man, why was I worrying about that so much? So 2 things you need to do. Talk to your friend Andrew. If he's really serious, I would maybe see how that slides out, because the last thing you want to have her do is say yes, but she really wants to be with your friend Andrew. If he waves that white flag, you go for it. Don't be afraid, and don't be not using of your balls to go ask this woman out. But anyways, this has been Fan Mail Friday, guys. If you remember, like the video, and if you want to be on the next episode, send me a message. I would really appreciate it in my PM box. Other than that, have a great day, like the video, and I will see you in the next episode.